Know yourself, know your enemy, and in 1,000 battles, you will never be in peril. That is Sun Tzu, Chinese general, author of The Art of War, written over 2,500 years ago. The United States has just gone to war with Iran. The Ayatollah is dead. The missile defense is gone. The Iranian naval fleet sits at the bottom of the ocean. And yet, the regime's still standing. So before we talk about who's winning, we need to answer a more important question. Who, exactly, is the enemy? Because Iran is not a simple dictatorship you can decapitate with a single strike. It is a multi-layered system designed to survive. A system where real elections happen, a real parliament meets, and a real president governs. And where none of that matters even slightly to who actually holds power. The United States understood the Iranian political system and still decided to strike. After this 10-minute brief, you will understand it too. You have probably seen one of those Russian nesting dolls before. You open the first one, and there's another inside. You open that one, and there's yet another, and another, and another. That's exactly what Iran's political system looks like. Since the Islamic Revolution of 1979, Iran has had a structure that, on paper, resembles a republic. But it has one distinctive feature. The system combines republican institutions with a dense outer layer of religious authority. The president is the head of the executive power. He is the face of the government, responsible for managing the economy, infrastructure, and the daily bureaucracy that keeps the country functioning. However, the Iranian president is not the highest authority of the state. He is, in many respects, a general administrator. He may propose reforms, but he does not have the final say on foreign policy, the armed forces, or the ideological direction of the nation. Above him sits the Guardian Council, made up of 12 members, 6 Islamic clerics, chosen by the supreme leader, and 6 jurists appointed by the judiciary. Its function is twofold and relentless. First, it acts as a constitutionally inspired religious tribunal. Every law passed by Parliament must pass through this council's scrutiny. If the guardians decide that a law contradicts Islamic Sharia law or the Constitution itself, it is summarily vetoed. The second function of the council is what many analysts call the ideological filter. Before any election, the council examines the profile of each candidate. If a politician is deemed insufficiently loyal to the principles of the Islamic Revolution or to the authority of the Ayatollah, he is barred from running. The council is also responsible for overseeing elections. In addition to these bodies, there is an assembly of experts fundamental to the country's political structure, which theoretically can oversee even the supreme leader. The assembly of experts is composed of 88 members, all Islamic clerics specializing in religious jurisprudence. These members are elected by the population in periodic elections every 8 years. But before running, they must be approved by the Guardian Council, which evaluates whether they possess the required religious qualifications and loyalty to the system of the Islamic Republic. In practice, however, many analysts consider that the assembly exercises little effective control over the leader. This is because a large portion of its members belong to the same religious establishment that sustains the regime. But above all and everyone stands the supreme leader, currently Mojtaba Khamenei, son of late Ali Khamenei. The supreme leader commands the armed forces and, crucially, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. It is he who defines foreign policy, decides on war and peace, and holds veto power over almost everything. He also appoints the head of the judiciary and directors of state television. While the president deals with inflation and garbage collection, the supreme leader deals with the metaphysical and strategic destiny of the nation. If you never quite understood Iran's political system and you're now getting what's behind the theocracy, subscribe to our channel to find more content on Iran. Hit the like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share this video with your friends. There are 2 different armed forces operating in Iran simultaneously: the armed forces and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Unlike the regular Iranian army, which focuses on defending national borders, the Revolutionary Guard was created with the ideological mission of protecting the Islamic regime against internal and external threats. It is an elite force that ensures the ideological survival of the regime. This force's relationship with the Ayatollah is one of direct subordination and absolute loyalty. While the regular army technically answers to the state and the president, the Revolutionary Guard answers to the supreme leader, functioning as his armed wing and primary pillar of political support. In other words, if the civilian institutions of the regular army were to fail in their loyalty, the Revolutionary Guard steps in to ensure that power remains in the hands of the clerics, using an arsenal that ranges from ballistic missiles to the enforcement of the law in the streets. Beyond military power, the importance of this force lies in its dominance over the country's economy, which makes it virtually self-sufficient and immune to internal political pressures. It is estimated that the Guard controls approximately 1/3 of Iran's economy, managing companies in engineering, construction, telecommunications, and oil. This financial empire allows the organization to finance its own operations and consolidate its position within the country. It is also this unit that trains, finances, and coordinates the so-called Axis of Resistance, which includes groups such as Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and militias in Iraq and Yemen. So, is Iran a republic or a theocracy? The Iranian constitution, born from the revolution of 1979, established that popular sovereignty must be subordinate to the sovereignty of God, interpreted by a clerical elite. In the regime's view, the people can be mistaken when they vote, but the law of God is eternal and needs guardians to prevent it from being distorted. The Ayatollah thus functions as a kind of moral anchor that prevents the country from straying from the religious path, even if that costs economic sanctions or international isolation. The Iranian regime, therefore, operates as an Islamic republic. There is popular participation in formal representative institutions, but decisive power remains concentrated in the supreme religious authority, characterizing a limited democracy under theocratic guardianship. The result is a facade of a republic. The people vote, but the options are pre-selected by religious leaders. For this reason, the Iranian system is also referred to by many analysts as a monitored theocracy. It handles the daily bureaucracy, but the supreme leader holds the nation's final command. This concentration of power in the hands of clerics generate deep tensions. While older generations still remember the repression under the Shah, young Iranians born after the revolution often question why the interpretation of a group of elderly clerics should dictate how they live, how they dress, or what they can access on the internet. The Iranian case has several dimensions: historic, religious, cultural, political, and geopolitical. And we've taken the time to talk about them in several videos that you can watch on our channel or receive as soon as we drop them by clicking the link or scanning the QR code on the screen. Don't miss the chance to understand the bigger picture of the most complex and relevant events of the world. See you on our next 10-minute brief.